If you're left-handed and want crochet to finally make sense, I'd love to help you. Hi, it's Sandy from Southpaw Crochet Studio. I struggled to learn how to crochet until a left-handed cousin showed me how. That was over 50 years ago, and I've been crocheting ever since. Most patterns will tell you if the turning chain counts as a stitch or not. Normally, a turning chain of 1 will not count as a stitch, 2 may or may not count as a stitch, and a turning chain of 3 or more chains will usually count as a stitch. Be sure to read through the notes in the pattern to find out whether the turning chain counts as a stitch or not. Let's take a look at the different turning chains. When you get to the end of a row and your next row is going to be single crochet stitches, you will chain 1 and turn. Because the chain 1 does not count as a stitch, you will place your single crochet in the first stitch. That's this stitch here, right at the base of the chain 1. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through both loops on the hook. I'll continue with single crochet stitches until the end of the row. If your next row is going to be a row of double crochet stitches, patterns will usually tell you to chain 3 and turn. If the pattern tells you that the turning chain counts as a stitch, you will place your first double crochet in the second stitch of the previous row. That's this one, not the first stitch at the base of the turning chain. If you were to place your double crochet in the first stitch, you would increase your stitch count. So we skip this stitch and make our first double crochet in this stitch. I'll just finish the row. Let's do another row of double crochet stitches to see how we handle the chain 3 that counts as a stitch. So I'll chain 3 and turn, and I'll place my first double crochet into the second stitch and continue until I get to the last double crochet stitch of the previous row. So I'm at the last double crochet stitch of the previous row, so I'll make a double crochet stitch in that stitch, but I only have 7 stitches and I should have 8. I need to place a double crochet stitch in the third chain of the turning chain. So that's the first chain, this is the second chain, and this is the third chain. So I yarn over and I pick up both loops of that third chain and I complete my double crochet stitch. Now let's take a look at the chain 3 at the beginning of this row. With this type of yarn, it's quite easy to find the third chain of the turning chain. But with some types of yarn, or if the stitches are quite tight, it could be difficult to find that third chain. So what you can do, once you've completed your chain 3, or right after you've made your first double crochet, is to place a stitch marker in the third chain. And when you get back to that spot, simply remove the stitch marker and complete your stitch. We've looked at when you don't count the turning chain as a stitch and when you do count the turning chain as a stitch. To summarize, if the turning chain doesn't count as a stitch, you will place your first stitch of the row into the first stitch of the previous row at the base of the turning chain. If it does count as a stitch, place your first stitch of the row in the second stitch of the previous row. As I mentioned, your pattern should tell you how many chains to make in the turning chain and whether or not it counts as a stitch. And one other thing, some patterns will tell you to make your turning chain and then turn. Others will tell you to turn and then make your turning chain. It doesn't matter which way you do it. The result will be the same. Try both ways and choose the one that feels right to you. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions about turning chains. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, a thumbs up lets YouTube know it's useful to other left-handed crocheters. And if you'd like more clear left-handed tutorials, subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss a new video.